Okay. Can you see me? My head's kind of missing. Okay. So we're going to start with our legs crossed. Hands on the tops of the knees. We're going to drive the chest up nice and high. Reach the tip of the head to the ceiling, really try to lengthen the spine. As we inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. And as we exhale, we're going to let the shoulders come down, really draw them down the back. Inhale, scrunch the shoulders up. And exhale, push the shoulders down. We're going to tuck the chin into the chest, we're going to look down towards the floor, then we're going to roll the head over to the left. And then we're going to shift our gaze and just point our eyes down towards the floor. Head back to centre. We're going to do the same on the right, tucking the chin in, roll it over towards the right. And then turning and gazing down towards the floor. And back to centre. Tuck the chin in again, we're going to go back over to the left. And just shift the gaze. And back to centre, and then back over towards the right. And then turn towards the floor again. And come back to centre. So we're going to come forward on the hands and the knees. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're just going to, as we inhale, drop the belly button down towards the floor, lift up the chest, looking forward. And as we exhale, we're going to pull the belly button up, tap the tailbone under, and really push the floor away from you. We're going to try and push the shoulder blades away from each other. Inhale, drop the belly down. Lift up the chest, looking forward. And exhale, round the back. Last one, inhale, belly down. And exhale, round the back. We're going to take the knees out a little step. And we're going to sit back onto the heels, curl the hands out in front of you. We're going to feel like we're pushing our chest down towards the floor. We're going to take the right hand, and we're just going to pop it under the left arm, and then we're going to try and peek under that left arm, coming up onto the fingertips of the left hand. Nice big breath into the belly. And inhale, come back to centre. We're going to take the left hand, we're going to take it under the right, and then we're going to come up onto the right fingertips on the right hand, looking under the right arm. Again, really draw that breath into the belly. And come back to centre. Staying up on the fingertips, we're just going to push the chest down towards the floor just a little bit more. And we're going to inhale, come back up onto the hands and the knees, taking the knees back in underneath the hips. We're going to curl the toes under, we're going to lift up the hips, straighten out the legs, and we're going to take it in turns, pedaling at each heel. One at a time. Then we're going to come up onto both tiptoes. And then we're going to push the chest down on top of the thighs. So we dip the chest down. And we're slowly going to try and straighten out the legs. Driving the heels down. Nice, we're going to come back up onto the tiptoes, bend into the knees. And we're going to push the chest down to the tops of the thighs. Slowly straighten out the legs. And we're going to go one more, come up onto the tiptoes, bend into the knees, push the chest down to the tops of the thighs. And slowly straighten out the legs. We're going to bring our chest over to our hands. We're going to drop the knees down, relax the feet, separate the fingers as much as we can, and we're just going to tilt the chest forwards over the fingertips, and we're going to rock side to side. Pushing each fingertip into the ground. Stretch of the hands and forearm. I'm going to curl the toes under. We're going to lift up the hips. We're going to come back in the downward facing dog. And we're either going to walk or jump our feet to our hands. Keeping the fingertips down, we've got a soft bend in the knees. Nice big breath. We're going to separate our feet to the side of the mat. We're going to bend into the knees, dropping the hips down, coming into a squat. Keeping the weight in the heels, so making sure your heels down towards the ground. And then we're going to slowly straighten the legs, bending forward. And we're going to bend back into the knee, drawing the hips down towards the ground, keeping the weight in the heels again. And relax, lift up the hips, straighten up the legs. And we're going to come down one more, bring the hips down. We're going to try and keep the knees out, sitting into the squat position, pushing the hands together, really drive the heels into the ground. We're going to place the left hand down, we're going to take the right hand up, twist, big breath. And replace that right elbow to the inside of that right thigh, hands back together. Then we can drop the right hand down, take the left hand up. Nice breath, bring the hand back down, popping it back down onto the floor, lifting up the hips. Straightening up the legs, now we're going to walk them in together. And then we're going to uncurl the spine, so we're going to slowly come back up to standing, thinking of your vertebrae, building blocks, and slowly make yourself nice and tall. As you get to the top, relax the shoulders. Big breath into the belly. Okay, so we're going to take the weight into our left foot. We're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest. Give it a little squeeze, pull it up as high as you can. And we're going to leave it go. We're going to try and straighten up that right leg. 3, 2, 1. Bend it back in. Give it a little squeeze. Relaxing down. And we're going to go again. Try and straighten up that right leg. 3, 2, 1. Bending it back in. And we're going to do one more. Lifting it nice and high. Straightening up the leg. 3, 2, 1. And relax it down. Do a couple of steps from your hips side to side. You might feel a little bit tight. And we're going to do the same on the right, stepping the weight into that right foot, lifting up the left knee. And then slowly going to try and straighten up that left leg. 3, 2, 1. Bending it back in. Give it a little squeeze. We're going to do 2 more. Straighten out that leg. 3, 2, 1. Bending it back in. Give it a squeeze up closer. And last one. Straighten it out. 3, 2, 1. Relax that leg down again. Take a couple of steps, walk the hips out. So we're going to push the hips back. We're going to come into a bit of a squat. We're going to take the hands up nice and high, so sitting into a chair pose, keeping the knees a little bit separate. Driving the heels into the ground. We're going to bring the hands to heart center. And then we're just going to twist, popping the left elbow on the right knee. And then we're going to take that left leg back. Shoot that leg back, nice and straight. Nice. We're going to drop that left hand down onto the inside of that right leg. We're going to take the right hand up. If you've got more of a chest stretch, we're going to take the hand behind the lower back, really trying to open up that chest. Take the hand back up. And we're going to take both hands onto the inside of that front foot. We're going to take a little step back with the back leg, so we've got some room for our hips to come through. We're going to take this front foot back into plank position. Lower ourselves down. Relax the feet, lift up the chest, squeeze your hips into the floor. Pulling the shoulders down the back. We're going to curl the toes under, we're going to lift up the hips. We'll go back into downward facing dog. We're going to pedal our heels. And we're going to walk or jump our feet towards our hands, keeping them shoulder width apart. We're just going to keep the knees separate, drive the heels down towards the ground, coming into a squat, lifting up the chest, coming into chair pose, bringing the hands to heart center. And we're going to twist right elbow, left knee. And then take your time, you're going to shoot that right leg back, nice and straight. Nice. Taking the right hand onto the inside of the left leg, take the left hand up. And if you want more of a pec stretch, you can take this left hand behind the lower back, really trying to uncurl the back, pulling the shoulder down. And take the hand back up. And then we're just going to pop it onto the inside of that front foot, swiveling back, toes back, let the hips drop between the legs. And then we're going to take this front foot back into plank position, lower ourselves down, chest off the floor. Squeeze your hips into the ground. You're going to lift up the hips. What we're going to do is take the knees out to step, and then turn sideways, my knees will be on the floor. And we're going to turn the toes to face outwards. So we're in a bit of a froggy position. With a nice neutral spine, I want you to slowly sit back towards your heels. And then what I want you to do is, like we did before with the cat-cow, we're going to try and do it in this position. So keeping your hips in the back position, we're slowly going to tuck the pelvis under. And then we're slowly going to arch the back, tilting the pelvis back. Nice gentle movements, nice and slow. We're going to tuck the pelvis under again. And then we're slowly going to tilt it the other way. We're going to do one more, tucking the pelvis under. And then we're going to arch the back, tilt the pelvis the other way. Nice. We're going to come into a bit of a neutral position, so not too arched, not too tucked. We're going to come down onto the forearms. Give your wrists a little bit of a break. And then we're going to work on some external rotation of the hips. So what we're going to do is try and square the hips to the floor, keep them nice and still. And we're just going to lift up that left ankle off the floor and relax it back down. So we're going to do that 5 times. Coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax it down. And I'm going to go over to the right side, lifting it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to come back over to the left side, we're going to lift it up, we're going to hold in that top position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax back down. And then we're going to go over to the right hand side, lifting it up. In that top position, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax it back down. Nice, we're going to come back up onto the hands and the knees, bring your feet together, bring your knees together. We're going to come back into a child's pose. Take the hands out in front of you, we're just going to rock the hips side to side. We're going to take another breath here. Inhale, come back up onto the hands and the knees. Now we're going to take a step forward with the left foot. Let the hips drop between the legs. And we're going to actively tuck the pelvis under. So we're really trying to tuck the pelvis under. We're going to contract that right glute. We're going to push the hips down. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the hips. We're going to lift up. And we're going to slowly straighten that leg out. Pull the hands back towards you. We're going to pull the toes back on that front leg as well. We're going to bend back into that front knee, hands back forward. Again, we're going to tuck the pelvis under. Tense the right glute, pushing the hips down towards the ground. Hold them for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up the hips. We're going to straighten that front leg out, pull the toes back towards us. And this time we're going to contract the hamstring in a lengthened state by pushing the heel down in towards the ground. And then we're going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend back into that front knee, pushing the hips down towards the ground again. Last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up the hips. We're going to straighten that front leg out. Digging the heel into the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend back into that front knee. So relaxing the hips where they are. We're just going to push this front knee away from us, rolling to the outside of that front ankle. And then we're going to roll it back in, bring it nice and snug to that shoulder. We're going to roll it back out again. And we're going to take the left hand up, twist into the belly button. As we inhale, we're going to pull the hand back. And then as we exhale, we're going to twist and try and touch the floor with that elbow. Doesn't matter if you don't make it. Inhale, hand back up. Pull the hand back, exhale, elbow down. Last one, inhale, hand up. And exhale, elbow down. Relax that hand back onto the floor, come back onto that foot. We're going to curl the back to under, lift up that back knee so the back leg's nice and straight. I'm going to drop the knee down, we're going to pull the foot towards the bum, so really lengthen the quad in this position. Contract the hamstring, lengthen the quad. Relaxing it down, lifting up the knee, straightening the leg back out. We're going to go again, drop the knee down, pull the foot towards the bum. Some of you might get a cramp. Drop the foot down, knee up. And we're going to go again, knee down, foot towards the bum. Squeeze, squeeze, and relax it back down, lift up the knee. Take this front foot back into plank position. We're going to lift both hips in the middle, keep the chest up nice and high, brush the shoulders away from the ears. Really squeeze the hips down towards the ground. Nice breath into the belly. And we're going to lift up the hips, and we're going to bring the right foot forward. Next to the hands, making sure this knee is nice and snug to the shoulder. We're going to let the hips again drop between the legs. We're going to tuck the pelvis under like we did on the other side, contracting the left glute this time. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to lift up the hips, walk the hands in, straighten that front leg out, pull the toes back towards you. And then we're going to bend back into that front knee again, taking the pelvis under, pushing the hips towards the ground. 3, 2, 1. Lift up the hips, straighten that leg back out. This time we're going to dig the heel into the ground again, tension the hamstring in a lengthened state. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bending back into that front knee, taking the pelvis under, contracting the left glute. 3, 2, 1. Last one. Lift up the hips, straighten the leg out, dig the heel into the ground. 3, 2, 1. And relax. We're going to bend back into that front knee. We're going to push this front knee away from us, rolling onto the outside of that front ankle. And then we're going to bring it back in nice and snug. We're going to roll it back out. We're going to take the right hand up this time. As we inhale, pull the hand back. And as we exhale, we're going to bend this elbow, bringing it down towards the ground again. It doesn't matter if you don't make it. Just come as far as it's comfortable. Inhale, hand up. And exhale, elbow down. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Relax that hand back on the floor. We're going to roll back onto that foot, bringing the knee nice and snug. We're going to curl the back toe under, lift up the back knee, straighten out the leg. And then we're going to drop that back knee down, pull the foot towards our bum. We're going to contract the hamstring, lengthen the quad. And relax it down, lift up the knee, straighten the leg. We're going to come down, drop the knee down, foot towards the bum. Nice squeeze. And relax that foot down, lift up the knee. And last one, knee down, foot towards the bum, squeeze. And relax that foot down, lift up that knee, front foot back into plank position again. We're going to bow the hips into the middle of the chest up nice and high. Really squeezing the hips down towards the ground. And then we're going to relax the chest down onto the floor. Take the hands out into a T position. We're going to roll onto our baby fingers where thumbs are pointing up towards the sky. Resting either your chin or your forehead down. We're going to lift the thumbs up as high as we can. And then we're going to drop them back down. So we're going to do that 5 times. So thumbs up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relaxing down. We're going to take the hands out into a Y position. Again, trying to keep either the chin or the forehead down. And we're going to count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands out in front of you, palms facing down this time. So what we're going to do is lift the palms off the floor as high as they'll come. We're going to take them out towards the T with the hands nice and high. We're going to twist the palms, so facing towards the sky, bringing them onto the lower back, and then resting them down, relaxing the shoulders. So what we're going to do now is we're going to squeeze the elbows together, the shoulders together as much as you can. Lift the hands off the lower back. We're going to try and keep the hands up nice and high, bringing them back out to a T. We're going to flip the palms, and we're going to take them back overhead, keeping hands up as high as we can, relaxing them down. We take a breath. And then we're going to go again. So we're going to take the hands up as high as they can, take them out to a T, flip the palms, take them onto the lower back. Relax the elbows. Squeeze the elbows together, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take the hands off the lower back. And we're going to take the hands up as high as you can, out to a T, flip the palms, back overhead. We're going to take the hands in next to the chest. So elbows are up. And we're going to bend the left leg. Push the left hand into the floor to help us twist. And try and touch the floor the other side. Doesn't matter if you don't make it. Big inhale, and then we're going to relax. Roll back and over. Bending the right leg, we're going to push the right hand into the floor, try to twist from the belly button. Big breath. And we're going to roll back over. We're going to go again, taking the left leg. We're going to roll over towards the right. Taking a deep breath. And roll back. And then we're going to go back over to the right, bend the right leg. And taking it over. Nice breath. And roll back onto your belly. We're going to lift up the chest, sit back onto the heels, coming back into child's pose. We're going to rest the head down onto the mat. We're going to take 2 breaths. Really trying to slow the breath down. We're going to try and take some control. We're going to count 4 seconds in, and then 4 seconds for your exhale. We're going to come back up onto the hands and the knees. Now we're just going to swing our legs around. So we're sitting on our bums, legs up in front of us. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend the left knee, bringing it in. And then we're going to take it a step over the right. Now you can either stay here into the stretch, or you can pull the right leg underneath. We're going to take the right hand up, we're going to cross, twisting it on the other side of the knee. And we're going to push against that knee, twisting from the belly button. I'm going to pop the left hand behind. And then we're going to try and look over that left shoulder. Keeping the chest up nice and high, we don't want to round it back. Big breaths into the belly. Remember, 4 seconds on the inhale and 4 seconds on the exhale. Now we can return back to centre. With the foot that's closest to your bum, you can take it out a little step. And then we're going to take the left ankle on top of that right knee. That's it, so you should get quick out. Sitting up nice and tall. And we're just going to slowly lean forward. When you come to where it's comfortable for you, you should feel stretch in that left glute. Again, keep the chest up nice and high, nice straight back. When you come forward to where it's comfortable for you. We're going to hold this for one more breath. And we're going to relax back up to sitting, and we're just going to uncross the legs. We're going to straighten out that left one, put it in that right knee, and then we're going to repeat on the other side. So take a step over the left. You can pull this left leg under if you did it on the other side. Take the left hand up, crossing it over, pushing against that knee, twisting from the belly button, right hand behind the lower back. And we're just going to look over that right shoulder. We're going to take 2 more breaths. 4 seconds in and 4 seconds out. And relax back around the centre. We can take that left foot away from the bum a little bit, take a step out, and then we're going to cross, popping that right ankle on the left knee, sitting up nice and tall. And again, you can stay here if it's comfortable, or we can lean forward into that stretch just a little bit more. We got one more breath. And relax back up to sitting. We're going to uncross the legs. We're going to straighten them both out. Pull the toes back towards you. We're going to use the hips as a hinge or anything else moving. So the hands overhead, keep reaching up, keep reaching forward, hinge at the hip, grab and hold where it's comfortable for you. If that's the ankles, the shins, the feet, whatever. Big breaths into the belly. You should feel your belly pushing against the tops of your thighs. So we're really driving the chest up nice and high. We're going to take one more breath. And then we're going to come back up to sitting. So we're going to do the same thing again. So we're going to take the hands up overhead, hinging from the hip again, reaching the hands forward. And then we're going to grab, hold wherever's comfortable. This time we're going to round the upper back. So pulling the hands and the feet together, separating the shoulder blades. You should feel your shoulder blades slide away from each other, stretching at the top of the back a little bit more. Or you're going to take a nice deep breath to help or exaggerate this stretch. We're going to hold this for one more breath. And we're going to slowly come back up to sitting. You can take the legs out into a straddle position. So you're going to sit up nice and tall. Hands onto the inside of the legs. And we're going to make baby steps forwards until you can't come forward anymore. When you're in that bottom position, I want you to really contract your core, really pull your abs to pull your chest down towards the ground, but also trying to straighten the legs, so really try and tense the quads at the same time. So as you inhale, relax, and then as you exhale, you're going to squeeze. Inhale, relax. Exhale, squeeze. We're going to go again. Inhale, 4 seconds in, and then 4 seconds out. We're going to slowly make our way back up to sitting, taking the hands in. We're going to take the hands either side of that left leg. We're going to lift the left leg off the floor 5 times. So with the straight leg, it's going to be hardest, it's going to make it easier to bend the knee. So when you're ready, lifting up the leg, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it down. If you've got a bit of cramp, you can rock over the heels, relax the leg out. And then we're going to go over to the right. We're going to lift the right leg 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax it down again, rock over the heels. We've got a little bit of cramp. We're going to go again. This time we're going to lift the leg. We're going to hold it for 5 seconds in the top. So when you're ready, coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax it down, rock over the heels. And then we're going to go over to the right, lift it up, hold in the top position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it down. Give them a little bit of a shake. So we can bring the feet together. We're going to drop the knees out, holding onto the ankles. We're sitting up nice and tall. And we're just going to lean forward as much as it's comfortable. So like we did when we had our legs in a straddle position, we're just going to crawl the hands forward. When we get into that forward position, what I want you to do now is to drive the knees down towards the ground. So we're going to contract the glutes, pulling the knees down, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, relax. We're going to walk the hands in, come up, give them a little bit of a jig. We're going to do that 2 more times. We're going to walk the hands forward, really leaning forward to the chest. And then we're going to contract the glutes, driving the knees down towards the ground, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk the hands back in, give the knees a jig. And we're going to go again, baby steps forward, pulling the knees down, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, come back up to sitting, give the knees a little bit of a jig. We're going to bring the knees together, keeping them nice and close to you. We're just going to find a little bit of space on the floor. We're going to roll back, keeping the knees in nice and tight. We're going to rock the knees backwards and forwards. We're going to try and keep the lower back on the floor as much as we can. We don't want it curling up too much. We're going to do a circle coming left. And then we're going to do a circle going right. What we're going to do is bring the feet up towards the ceiling, bending into the knees, pulling the knees either side of the chest. Then we're going to grab onto the bottoms of the feet. If you can't reach your feet, you can hold onto your ankles. And we're going to pull on the feet, driving the knees to either side of the chest. And then we're going to focus our attention on our breathing. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths. We're going to count 4 seconds on our inhale, 4 seconds on our exhale. So breathing in, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do 2 more breaths. Just count in your head. Last breath. And I'm just going to relax relax the feet down onto the floor. We're going to separate the knees. We're going to keep the feet together. And we're going to drop the knees either side of our body. So let your hips relax. We're going to try and think about releasing any tension that you're holding on to. Really let every muscle in your body relax. And we're going to bring the knees together. And then we're going to have the feet out. So we're going to do the opposite of what we just did. So letting the knees fall into the middle. Stretching the insides of the hips, insides of the legs. Keeping your feet where they are, we're just going to separate both knees. And we're going to drop both knees down towards the left. So our legs are in a zigzag position. You've got an option here. You can either stay here and push the right knee down towards the ground, or you can pop that left ankle on top of the right knee, pulling that knee down with the weight of the other leg. You're going to hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to uncross the legs, pop the foot back where it was. Bring the knees back to centre, and we're going to drop them over towards the right. And then we're going to pop, if you did it the other side, you can pop the right ankle on top of the left knee. And we're holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Uncross the legs, we're going to bring the knees back to centre. We're going to bring the left knee in towards the chest. We're going to tuck the hands behind the back of the leg, so keeping the knee nice and close. And then we're slowly going to just try and straighten up that leg, driving the heel up towards the sky. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bend the knee, just relax the leg, and then we're going to do some ankle rolls. So we're going to roll the left ankle all the way around left. Try and make the circle as big as you can. Really slow it down. And then we're going to go over towards the right. Nice big circles. Nice and slow. And then we're going to come back into that hamstring stretch, leading the heel, slowly straightening up the leg. Really pulling the toes back towards you. Hold in. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bend back at the knee, relax the leg. Again, we're going to go into some ankle rolls. Really slow them down. Don't go too quick. And then we're going to go the other way. And relax that ankle. We're going to go back into the hamstring and calf stretch, leading with the heel, straightening the leg out. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. We're going to plant that left foot down. And then we're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest, interlock the fingers behind the back of the leg. Keeping the knee nice and snug to the chest, we're going to lead with that heel up towards the sky, really stretch. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bend at the knee. We're going to do a big ankle circle. Going left, nice and slow. And then we're going to go all the way around to the right. Nice and slow, big, big circle. Relax the ankle. We're going to lead up towards the sky with the heel. Straightening up the leg. 3, 2, 1. Bend at the knee. Again, we're going to do another ankle roll. Nice and slow. Big circle. And we go around the other way. Relax the ankle. Last one, heel towards the sky, straighten the leg out. drive those toes back towards you. 3, 2, 1. Relax that leg down. So we're going to plant that right foot down. We're going to cross the left ankle over that right knee. And we're going to bring the knee in towards the chest, interlock the fingers behind the backs of the legs again. So we're really stretching out that left hip and that left glute. If you feel yourself relaxing, pull that just a little bit closer towards you. We're going to hold for one more breath. We're going to plant that foot down, and we're just going to swap legs. So plant the left foot down, cross the right ankle over, bring the left knee towards the chest, interlock the fingers again, and then we're going to keep the pressure on by pulling this leg towards us. We got one more breath. And then we're going to relax, popping that foot back down. So keeping the feet and the knees together, we're going to drop both the legs down towards the left. And then we're going to twist the right shoulder onto the floor the other side. And we're going to turn the back of the hand to touch the ground. So really opening up the chest, twisting from the belly button. And we're going to pull that hand back into centre. We're going to roll back onto our back, both knees and both feet together, roll them over to the right. And then we're going to let the left shoulder try and touch the floor the other side. Again, popping the back of the hand on the ground. Nice breath into the belly. Bring the hand back into the chest, bring the knees back to centre. We're just going to bring them towards the chest, tuck the hands behind the back of the knees. We're going to rock up to sit in. Ooh, feet bent over. Nice over as well. We're going to come into a V-sit hold, so this is the easy one. And hard one then, straighten out your legs. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Thank you for coming. Maybe you can pause this.